Sumar sat across the table from Warden, her brows furrowed as she continued. And even if this ship were designed for combat, simply flying into enemy space with no intel is suicidal. As Warden began speaking, Sumar's eyes narrowed. We have all the intel we need, Warden said, tapping his skull. While it's true the clan has warships capable of glassing entire planets, their honor will not allow it. They favor mech combat to settle disputes, and as long as my plan works, we should be able to travel through clan space unimpeded. Sumar's voice was firm. We're gambling the lives of everyone on this ship on your memory, the clan's sense of honor, and your as yet unspecified plan. Essentially, yes, but it is likely to work. Warden went through his plan in detail. After he finished, Sumar stood with a sigh. You seem sure, but you're banking on these people not having changed from your youth. You certainly have. Warden nodded. Years in the sphere have changed me, but our enemy has just arrived. As Sumar excused herself, Warden allowed his display of confidence to fade. Hopefully my time in the sphere hasn't changed me too noticeably. The Argo entered the rock system, and, as per Warden's expectations, a clan wolf ship floated just outside the jump point. At first he felt relief seeing it was a small vessel rather than a warship. Then, with Sumar's voice, came the concern. Commander, they have their weapons hot and our sensors detect a lock. Aerospace fighters are being deployed. Let's hope your plan works. A slight panic had crossed her face. They're hailing us. Mustering every ounce of pride and confidence he had, Warden gave the order. Put them through. As he watched the fighters circling on radar, a voice line opened. Who boldly enters Clan Wolf space? We are prepared to destroy you, unknown vessel. Warden projected command into his voice. This is Leif Karinsky of Ulrich Karinsky's Expeditionary Force, returning to rejoin my clan. The voice laughed, crackling through the Argo's speakers. It seems you have not heard. There was a ritual of abjuration. Fear filled Warden's mind, but he steeled himself. You and the rest of your traitorous expedition have been exiled from the clan. Suppressing the growing pit in his stomach, Warden filled his voice with fury. You must be freeborn to call a bearer of the Karinsky name a traitor. Tell me, were you even blooded before being given your command? Allowing his terror to fuel the illusion of indignation, Warden did not wait for a response. I charge you with insulting the honor of a proud warrior following orders. Thinking quickly, Warden doubled down on this strategy by escalating the gamble. As a blood-named Trueborn, I demand my grievance be heard by the Grand Council. There was a long silence, and Warden could feel sweat running down his spine. Finally, the voice returned. I accept your charge, but the cons are many jumps away on the path to Terra. Warden was relieved, as the Grand Council would surely have ruled against him. Then it is decided. We shall have a trial of grievance. I will prove my honor is intact. Warden waited for the response that would decide his company's fate, with his breath caught in his throat. The voice was cold, but Warden's chances improved. Af, I shall prove your guilt in this battle. Warden knew there was one more major obstacle to his gamble succeeding. Surely the clan had left at least one assault lance in garrison of the system. Your overconfidence further insults me. I bid away the use of my heavy and assault mechs. He then waited to see if his luck had run out. The voice, now irritated, fell for Warden's gambit. You think yourself more honorable than me? I bid I will use no mech above 50 tons. Warden, still aware the coming battle would decide the fate of his crew, once more filled his voice with pride. I expect to be welcomed back from my mission once I'm victorious. The clan fighters began returning to their ship as the voice concluded the conversation. We shall see, Exile, we shall see. After Sumire indicated they were no longer transmitting, Darius burst out laughing. Did they seriously just agree to not use anything heavier than our Centurion? The Atlas isn't even ready. Warden was not amused. Even with the Atlas, we would have had a challenging battle. A star of medium clan mechs are immensely powerful. Darius' smile didn't waver. I'm just glad your plan went so well. Warden left for the mech bay as Sumair's voice followed him. His plan fell apart immediately. That was all improv. Darius turned back to Sumair. Then what was the plan? As the Leopard followed the clan dropship to a nearby planet, Warden sat in the cockpit of his Spectre. Alright people, expect a hot drop with no cover. We have readings over 100 degrees on the rock, so watch your heat. And remember, there's little atmo, so keep fresh armor to the enemy to prevent hull breaches. As soon as the team had confirmed they were ready, the Leopard came to a stop and the bay doors opened. The mechs and vehicles disembarked and the Leopard took off. Things look clear to me, boss. Falcon eased his Phoenix Hawk forward. Incoming! Incoming! Chimera shouted as missiles rained down around him. Push their position. We can't let them shred us from range. Warden led the charge down the hill. I'm going for the high ground. Zed sprinted his Centurion to the flank as a crab walked in front of Warden's push. Missiles and lasers were punctuated with autocannon fire as the mechs clashed. The crab was the first to fall. As the clanners made liberal use of jump jets to reposition and showed little regard for the heat buildup in such high ambient temperatures, Warden realized most of his opponents were bondsmen. Spotting the Shadowcat managing its heat properly, he knew he had found the Trueborn. Everyone, focus fire on the Shadowcat. Bring it down. What's a Shadowcat? Bulwark reminded Warden his mech warriors had never seen clan mechs before. Just follow his PPC and shoot whatever it hits. Zed's sarcasm was actually good advice, whether intentional or not. The Spectre unleashed an alpha strike, and he saw the rest of his lance focus fire on his target. As it fell, so did the enemy's formation. Warden watched his mech warriors resort to punching and kicking as their mechs nearly overheated. After the dust settled and the battle was over, Warden grabbed the remnants of the Shadowcat and shook it. He spoke with venom in his voice, broadcasting into the thin atmosphere. Your defeat is total. I have lost nothing. Inform the clan my ship is part of the fleet, and never question me or my honor again.